Okay, now we are going to create a Spring Boot application which we are going to convert it for the web application by using REST. Okay, after that we are going to verify it through the local host like a API which we are going to create. After that we are going to test it through a Postman. So let us start from the beginning. So I am sharing my screen. Just see it out. Okay. Okay, now my screen is visible. Let us start from the beginning. Okay. Okay, first of all, we are going to create a Spring Boot application initially. So we are going to type Spring Initializer. So you can see here, first link will be this initializer. So this is the application where we are going to create a Spring Boot. Okay, so you can see here we are creating it from the Java Maven projects. Okay, this will give us a Maven project which we are going to import in our Spring Boot tools, and we are going to execute. Okay, so we have selected Maven with the version of 3.34. Okay, so here is the group. Basically we are going to start this project by com dot. Okay, wait a second, just me see it out. Okay, let us start com dot our first project, like our first work. So let me start with the my project. Okay, we are going to give a same name and the artifact. So I am going to type first project. Okay, in my project we are going to establish a first project. So you can see here we got a project name from com dot my project dot first project. We are using jar and the Java version as the 17. Okay, so we are creating this for converting it for the web application. So we have to add an dependency. So let me type here Spring Web. Okay, let us click here. We got a dependency of the Swing Web which includes RESTful. Okay, we are going to use this Tomcat as a default embedded container. It is a server. Okay, Tomcat is a server where we are going to run our application. Okay, let us generate. Okay, here you can see out we got an zip file which we are going to convert it, import it, like export it to the normal file, and then we are going to import it in a Spring. Okay, let us see in the download space. Okay, you can see my project. Let me start. Click on write, export all. Let us select a place in a workspace which I have been created a workspace in the desktop. So you can see my workspace. Let me select that and exit. After this you can see here in my workspace I got a first project which consists of the source, target, all those things. Let me show you. This is the Spring Tool suite. You can create write the program in the IDE also, Eclipse, but we are using a Spring Boot project for the further. That's why we are using Spring Boot application. So files, import. We are going to import an existing Maven project. Okay, you can see here, select on existing Maven project. Next we are going to borrow. So as I said, desktop, my workspace, my project. Let me select that. After that selecting, we got an pom.xml because we have been added a dependency of the web. Okay, let me finish this. You can see here we get a first project. You can see it's importing Maven project. Okay, 99% has been imported and it has been created. You can see here pom.xml dependency has been added. Let me show you the dependency. So you can see here in dependency, as we created our group name as the com.myproject, and the name of the project is my project first project, sorry. It is a demo Spring Boot. You can see here, last we have been used Spring Boot Maven plugin. If we want to add dependency, like a further dependency for the creating like latest version of the Maven project, so we are going to implement one dependency. Let me search it in a Google. You can see here, let me type Maven repository. One second. Let me close it once. Here I'm going to type now. Okay, Maven repository. First let us click on the Maven repository. Let me close this first. Okay, this is the Maven repository. Let's go back once again. So our latest version is 3.34. Let me click that. Okay, here we got a dependency. We are going to copy this, Control C, and we are going to add it to the here. Can you see we have been added a dependency for this? So we got an error here. You can see here we are going to use HTTP for the server, like we are going to test to the Postman, right? That why HTTP. Okay, you can see here, after this addition we are going to save it. Okay, our dependency has been added, latest version. Let it initialize first, like server initialize. Then we are going to create a normal web page, like a website where we can see hello world. Okay, let me do it out. Server is little bit low, let it finish, then we can start here. As we click here, src main resource, we are going to start on the static. Right click, we are going to create a new project as a file. Okay, file we are giving as index.html because we are creating a website, right? Finish. After finishing this, it's going to build here. So now we are going to type here hello world. Okay, can you see here? Hello world. Okay, hello world. Okay, let's save this. After saving this, we are going to run this application. Okay, now before getting run, we are going to first clear the package, like if we are the system is working any other projects backside, so we have to clear that first. So we will go for the run as, click on it, and here we get Maven build. Okay, after clicking on it, we are going to click here, we are going to click clean. Okay, let us run this. After cleaning this, here we will get a pop-up as a cleared skin, all those things. Okay, let me wait, let it clear it first. Like you can see here, we are using a version of 17, JDK 17. Maven has been created, we are clean. Okay, you can see here, built successfully, we have been cleaned the default project. Okay, let us start again. Let us click on write and run as Maven build. Let's clear a, we have been clean. Next we are going to install, like whatever files we need, jar files, all those we are going to install it. Okay, let us see here, let it run once. Okay, you can see here the project, whatever the files we need, it's going to install all those things. You can see here, these are the files which are been downloaded inbuilt. Let us complete it successfully, then we can go for the further. Okay, the project has been installed. It's searching field. Okay, warning has been like a hotspot. Okay, the test case has been passed and there has been created a jar file for us. You can see here. Okay, the files are going to download here. Okay, installed. The latest version 3.13 has been installed. You can see here, after installing, let it install and download all those files first. Let's wait for a couple of time. Okay, it has been downloaded and like build it successfully. Now we are going to run it. Okay, run as, here we are going to type, first we are going to type clean spring dash boot colon run. We are going to run our application first. You can see here, let it run first. Okay, it's running successfully. You can see here, we will get an server here where our project is going to be run, in which port. You can see here, we have got one port, Tomcat is a server. As I said in the before video, you can see here, it has been did in a 8080. Okay, you can see here. Let me show you in a website, in a new folder. We are going to type here http colon underscore localhost at the port of 8080. Okay, let, oh, successfully we have been created an website. You can see here in the, in which port, 8080. If you want to change it for the another port, then you can see here, application dot properties. This is the file where the server is that application is running in a port as 8080. Okay, so but we want to change the port. If we want to change the port, then we can type server equals server dot port server dot port equals to 8081. Okay, let me see this. Let it build once 100%, then we can run out here. Okay, right click, run as Maven build. Here we are going to type clean spring boot colon run. Okay, we are going to run it again. You can see here it will run the port and we will get a new port here. Okay, let me show you. Okay, it's been creating, compiling, all those things is getting opened here. You can see here. Let it finish it once, then I can show you in which port the application is going to be run. Okay, yeah, it has been initialized. Like as I said you before, we are going to create our own port. Okay, we have been used 8081. Let me show in the Google. If we are going to run it once again, we are getting the same. Our port has been changed, that's why it's not running here. Let me change the port once with the 8081. Let me run it once. So you can see here, let me bigger this. You can see here our output has been existed. If we use 8081 default port, then the server will be not there because we have been used the server in the port of 8081. So let me type it once again, 8081. So you can see here the output has been arrived. This is the local way. Let me test this our project. Let us test this project in our Postman. Okay, this is the application of the Postman. You can see here. Okay, this is the application of the Postman. Let me show you how to download this. Before going here, let us type here Postman download. Okay, you can see here the download application for the Postman. This is a API, REST API, where we are going to create it. Okay, you can see here we have an application for app Windows 64 bytes. Okay, if you click on here, it's going to be download. As we have been download already, you can see here it looks something like Postman looks like this. It is a API network. Okay, if you want to create or run our API in while test here, so you can see here, just click on this button, create new collection. Okay, we are going to create a blank collection. Okay, in this blank collection we are going to add an, first let me give a name, mine. Okay, after this we are going to add a request because we have to create a request so we can run our project. Okay, API app. Okay, this is a, as we are using post, we are not using get because we are not taking any, so we are using post. Here I am going to type http colon local host colon 8081 because we have been used this. Let me send this. After sending the request, here we are getting a timeout. Okay, so because it has been already created in a already running over there, let me show you. Let us make it inactive. Let us delete this. Okay, let me save it once and let me run. Clean, sorry, dash spring boot colon run. Okay, let me run this once again. Okay, let us see in which port it's going to be run. Okay, let it run once. Okay, now the application is running in a 8081. Okay, we have been tested in index box. Now we are going to create one project here. Okay, in the main, in the project place, we are going to right click, package dot controller. Okay, we are going to create an REST controller. So let me type REST controller. Okay, it will be the package. Let me finish once. Okay, we got a project of REST. Now we are going to add one class for this. Let me add a class. Class name with the addition. Okay, let me finish this. We got an class. Okay, for adding two numbers, we are going to do an addition here. We are going to add numbers. Let me start. Public static void main string args. Okay, public void int. We are going to add two integers, int num1 comma int num2. Okay, let me start here for doing this. So we have been created that and we have been completed all those things. So in the next project we are going to start from the beginning. you have any doubt in this, let me we will give a proper meaning. Let me wait. Me start now. Let me create it once again in the new project. After that, okay, we have been created here. You can see, as I said, we have been download there. We are using many jar files. These are all the jar files where we are going to use. This is the JDK XML jar file. Okay, here we have an even dependency. We have different types of dependencies. We are using Tomcat embedded. Okay, this is the server. You can see here it is the server which we are using. The latest version is the 10.1.30. okay, this is all are the packages which has been inbuilt. We are, if we go on creating our projects by ourselves, it's gonna be a headache because we have to implement all other types of varieties of things. So you can see here, with the help of that Spring initializer, we got this all this by inbuilt source. Okay, you can see here, as I said, application properties which has been discussed in the further video before only. So this is the main dependency which we have been added. We got a jar file. You can see here it has been created version. If we delete this version also, we have the latest version which has been in a parent. If we delete in a child way, you can see here, if we delete this, nothing will be wrong. Okay, you just save it out. You can see here we have an application. Okay, this is the version. You can see here, after we run the application here, as let me show you once. Here we got a jar file. This is the jar file. It is 0.01 snapshot. Let us clear this and type 1.0. okay, let me save this and run it once again. Right click, right click, run as Maven build. Here we are going to type clean Spring Boot colon run. Let me run this and show you the jar file will be get changed. Let's see it out here. It's going to be create once again. Okay, let it create once. Then we are going to be scanning the project. Here we got an jar file. You can see here. Let it finish once. Okay, in which port it's going to be run. Okay, it has been successfully run. It is being used in 8080. Okay, let me see it once. Tomcat is running in 8081. So you can see here we got a jar file. Let me show you. As I said before, we have been seeing this 0.0.1, but we have been changed that. So we got a jar file name as the first project dot 1.0. Okay, this is the default place where our project has been installed. Okay, okay, the first project has been successfully deployed. Okay, okay, this is the brief basic way to create an Spring Boot application to convert it for the web API. So this is the end of the video. Thank you.